Photography.
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 Photography. It's all about communicating. As personal cameras became popular and mass-produced at the beginning of the 20th century, individuals found a new hobby in photography. Pictures allowed for people to capture memories and store them to be looked back upon later in their lives. What makes some images great and others mediocre? Perhaps we can get those answers from a professional photographer from the Melbourne University. Hi, Melanie.
Hello! This is so exciting.
Firstly, could you introduce yourself?
My name's Melanie. I've worked as a photographer for over 20 years, so as you know, that makes me quite old. And I've had quite a lot of experience in that time. I've worked as a photographer for The Age newspaper in Melbourne for 12 years.
So, what kind of thing have you done as for photojournalism?
I've published 4 documentary books, 3 of which were bestsellers, and I've contributed to many more photographic books. Even recently I did a book on a dog food cookbook, so I'm not just a documentary photographer.
Before Melanie answered questions, she had a video to show us.
On March 6, 1945, the second day of the 3rd Armored Division's battle for Cologne started from the railroad underpass at the West Railroad Station on Benlorstrasse. Machine guns set up on rubble piles protected the column along the track area to the north.
The reason I'm showing this is because you would have heard how the different challenges someone taking photos in that time would have had. They're needing to use film. The films were ruined. The films required so much expense in getting them flown all around the world. And not to mention all of the other hardships that the photographer went through. And if you think about the enormous expense of that compared to how people are now able to photograph and even send a photo from the back of their camera using Wi-Fi, is just a whole different era. When we think about how times have changed in terms of photojournalism, for example, this image was taken back in 1944, World War II, and Robert Capa is known as, a really huge part of photojournalism. I think he's referred to as like the godfather or the father of photojournalism or something. He's got, he's hugely regarded. And this was called the D-Day photograph.
What kind of photo do you believe to create a decisive moment?
I'm a huge believer that if you don't connect with your, you only get back what you put in with your subject. So if you give a lot of energy to your subject, then you will get a lot of energy and connection back, and that will show through your photos.